Getting good at boxing is actually pretty easy. Whether you're just a guy that wants to learn to defend themselves in a street fight, or you're somebody that wants to take boxing seriously, I'm going to tell you the 5 things that you need to do in order to get nice at boxing. Without wasting any time, let's get straight into this video. This might be a leap of faith for some of you, but the first thing you're going to want to do is join a boxing gym. Now, if you just want to learn from home, there's tons of videos on the internet for you to watch. But the best and fastest way to get good at boxing is to simply join a gym. The environment you surround yourself in is going to shape who you are as a person. You have to surround yourself with other good boxers that's going to push you to elevate and get better overall at the sport. Being around high-level competition is only going to motivate you to be better. You know how the famous saying goes, you're the sum of the 5 people you surround yourself with the most. So if you surround yourself with elite boxers, then over time you will also become an elite boxer. Having a coach that's able to instruct you and correct your mistakes is also very important. If you're practicing the wrong way by yourself, then you'll just be building up bad habits that will hinder your boxing skill over time.
1, 2. Yep. So what you're doing here, I know you're throwing the 2 because you're going like this before you throw it.
Turning before.
Yep. You're giving me a great. I don't know what the fuck the right word is. Sign? Yeah, no, sign. I dig it.
Once you join a boxing gym, the second thing you're going to want to do is master the fundamentals. The first punch you should be working on before anything else is the jab. Even Takamura didn't agree to train Ippo until he learned how to properly throw a jab. So that's the first punch you should start working on. Learn from your coaches and the most experienced boxers at the gym, and watch YouTube videos if you have to. I watched a lot of Tony Jeffries when I first started boxing, so use the internet to your advantage. Once you got the fundamentals down and you've been boxing for a little while, then it's time to work up to your first spar. The main component you're going to have to add to your routine is cardio. I can't stress how much cardio is actually required to spar for even just 3 rounds. When I first started boxing at Ohio State, my coach didn't let me spar until I could prove that my conditioning was on point, which took me about a month of training. To build your cardio, you're going to want to go on runs at least 3 to 4 times a week, and if you're actually serious about fighting, then damn near almost every day you're going to have to run. You also want to incorporate sprints into your routine as well. I preferably like to do hill sprints, and even Ippo on the show does hill sprints as well. They're great for your legs, and they're great for building up your endurance too. Now it's time to build your strength and core up. You'll need a strong core to generate power from the ground up and absorb hits to the body. If you look at the physique of boxers, you'll see that they're absolutely shredded. Some basic exercises you want to do will be sit-ups, planks, Russian twists, hanging leg raises, and plenty more. You want to work your core at least 3 to 5 times a week. For strength endurance, calisthenics is going to be your best friend. Take a look at what Floyd said about how many push-ups he does in one day.
I was going through the deck of cards. I started doing 436 push-ups a day. Then I went from 436 to 872. Then I went to 1308, so I was doing 1300 push-ups a day.
Doing that many push-ups will increase your muscular endurance, and you'll be able to throw more punches without your arms giving out. Pull-ups for the back will increase your punching power, and dips will increase your shoulder strength and endurance. Consistent heavy bag work should be in your daily routine as well. Now that you got your cardio on point, it's time for your first spar. First, you want to cop some headgear and a mouth guard, which your gym probably has anyways. Now, everyone's first spar is a little different. My first spar went pretty bad because I had to spar somebody with 15 amateur fights, and I decided to go all out on him, and he cooked me in return. I believe it's a canon event for every boxer to get whooped one time to really get humbled and see that there's levels to the sport. But your first spar doesn't have to go like this. Your first spar can be super light and playful, with the goal of just seeing things but working on the techniques that you've been drilling in practice. Once you get your first hard spar in, then you're basically well ahead of the average person in the world in terms of fighting capability. Now that you got on your first spar, the last step is to spar at least once a week. With every time you spar, you should be working on the things you've been drilling in your training, like your defense, your head movement. If you keep this up consistently for 6 months, you will be a great boxer and pretty much be able to handle yourself against almost anyone you see on the street. You don't even have to get an official fight. There's someone in my gym with no amateur fights who is way better than me, only because he's consistently trained boxing for a long time. In summary, you should join a boxing gym, practice the fundamentals daily, train and work up to your first spar till you eventually start sparring. Then spar once a week and work on the things that you drill in your training. If you do this for 6 months straight, you will have a baseline understanding of how to box and be very confident in knowing how to defend yourself. It may be scary at first, but that's why it's worth it. It doesn't matter what it is in life, the underlying variable here is consistency. If you can just stay consistent, then learning anything actually isn't that hard. It's easy.